What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got another cool one for you. All the way from 2001, we bring you the Korean War 155mm Howitzer cannon gunner. Let's bring this guy in. This is a really cool piece that I have in my collection here at the M.I.B. Master Museum. It's cool on a couple levels because this was not on my wish list. This was not on my radar when I was with the G.I. Joe Collectors Club back in 2001. Didn't hear anything about this guy. This guy came and went out of toy stores very quickly. I don't think there was a big production run of this figure. And you can say that maybe that was for a couple of reasons. They didn't know how well he would sell, or they were just trying to test the market with him. But not a lot of these guys are around today. And I only know maybe one or two collectors that have this guy. And once again, though, that was my mindset of collecting G.I. Joes back then. I mean, whatever 12-inch G.I. Joe I saw, I purchased them. The cool things is his jacket is simply fantastic. It's just gorgeous. And if this jacket looks just a tad bit familiar, it was used on another, the John R. Fox G.I. Joe. The Medal of Honor G.I. Joe, John R. Fox. So that jacket was used on him. Once again, this is a Hasbro reusing equipment and accessories. And once again, a big, beautiful window box, picture box here. This thing is huge. Guys, if you're going to collect your figures and keep them M.I.B. condition, my only advice and suggestion to you guys out there that want to keep everything mint in box or mint on card, have a lot of space. Have tons and tons of space, because these boxes, they take up and they absorb so much space. Here's his hat. Everything's just beautifully done. His dog tags. I love the his head sculpt. His pants. And they did a little sprinkle type action on the boots and on the helmet. You know, they wanted to give you that, you know, that feel of worn and, you know, used. Here's a super cool, his radio with this long antenna. Let's get you a blown out look of the radio. Beautifully done. Belt holster, gun holster. Love that holster. Pistol, 45. Removable clip, I believe. And this guy was sold separately from the Howitzer cannon. And I didn't buy a lot of vehicles and things of that nature, cannons and things of that nature, if they didn't come with the figure. So I have a few of these guys like that were supposed to have the cannons with them, but they were sold separately. So I didn't really get into that aspect. I purchased this figure in 2001 from Toys R Us. I was on a GI Joe hunt, and I came across this guy, and I said, you know what, this is phenomenal. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Gotta add it to my collection. And I believe, yes, we look at the top of the box here, you'll see his equipment list. And there's a picture, and we'll get you a better shot. There's a beautiful, big, beautiful picture of this on the back of the box. And we'll turn the box around. Guys, what do you think of our 155mm Howitzer cannon gunner G.I. Joe? Do you have this guy? Are you looking for this guy? Well, look no further. And if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. This is what we do. We hang out in my collection room here at the M.I.B Master Museum, and we do reviews. We take requests. We take you on a journey of action figures that have long since been out of production and are no longer available in that regard. You know, now you have to find these guys on eBay and Amazon and all those toy websites. So you have two equipment lists. You have one on the top of that, and then you have one here on the back as well. I don't know why they did that. And look how cool this is. Rock and roll. But the more and more I see this cannon, it makes me want to purchase it. And now, because of my museum, looking back on it now, I wish I did. So this cannon is probably, price-wise, it's probably astronomical because of the rarity of it, and the figure as well, because it just, not a lot in production. And here's a great picture of our cannon gunner in all of his garb. Here's his using his radio. Beautiful helmet there. This guy's loading a shell in there. And let's go down here. Deploy the howitzer cannon for frontline action. Wow, I mean, it makes you want to go out and have fun. This set was not meant to be a collectible. This set was meant to be played with by the younger demographic. But I'm a collector and I own a museum. So here's our year, 2001. So we are preserving G.I. Joe's history and, all that awesome stuff for people that want to visit our channel to come and see G.I. Joes that they didn't even know existed, or they didn't even know that were produced. And this is another one of those particular, get you another blown out shot here. This is another one of those figures. This particular figure stays in my main collection room here at our museum. And for obvious reasons, a lot of the big window boxes, because they're so easily prone to, to being damaged, we keep them here in our main collection room, where we can kind of monitor them to check this box. As you can see, this is a C10 museum example for the most part. The collectors like the close-ups. I love that pistol there. He'll never use that pistol, but and guys, and one last thing I want to share with our viewers that are just visiting the site and just stopping by the channel and viewing our videos and things. Take in mind, guys, if you're just visiting us, this more or less is a museum. You're looking at action figures that are, some of them are 10, 11, 12 years old. Some of them are nearly 30 years old, decades old. Take in mind that we don't take anything out. We don't display anything like that. Everything that from the box to the figure and what the box houses with the equipment and all the accessories, and we want you to really have an open mind about that, because I get a lot of comments that, you know, why don't you take anything out, and you can't do a review with figures that are still inside the box. You certainly can if you're looking at something that's nearly 20 years old, you know, and I want just a lot of viewers that are not collectors. They don't know a lot about the collecting market and action figures and how to take care of action figures. They just want to see these figures removed from their boxes and displayed, and I get that, and I try to share different channels with those viewers that they can go and they can watch that, you know, watch that part of it. But this is, we want you guys to understand that this is a museum, and no more will we have someone come in and deface the Mona Lisa, you know, and take her off of her, you know, out of her frame. Then it's the same concept, though, you know. And sure, I'm using something that's outrageous like the Mona Lisa, but it's the same concept. You're not going to come in and, you know, we're not going to remove this figure that's been housed inside of its box in perfect condition, C10 condition, for 20 years just to do a video. We just don't do that. We are a museum first and foremost, and that's where I always really introduce myself as the curator, because that's what I am. I'm a curator of this museum, and we're showing you artifacts, and that's what they are. And people laugh and say, well, it's an action figure. No, it's an artifact. You know, this figure was around before some of the viewers that are watching this video right now was even born. So it really lists itself as an artifact at this point. Nearly 20 years old, and it's not going to get any younger, and it's going to remain in this condition as long as we have our museum. So we just wanted to kind of point that out because we're getting a lot of comments about that, and that's primarily from our viewers that are just passing by, our subscribers and people that watch the videos and our channel on a regular basis. They completely 1,000% understand all of that, but we just kind of from time to time we want to throw that disclaimer out just to help the new viewers kind of understand where we're coming from and what this is all about. Different hand sculpts there. We've seen those hand sculpts on different figures in the past. So with that being said, guys, thanks for stopping by. You know the routine. God bless. And keep collecting.